Hello, welcome back to the Adventures of Aventus. Last we left off, a great victory for the people of Tandrida, and most likely the Eto as well, though you haven't gotten to them yet. Last night, and there was a grand celebration in your honor, and in the wake of the Pale finally coming to an end. People that have been bedridden for days or for weeks or perhaps even months now coming like regaining their consciousness, getting out of bed, walking around even though their bodies may be frail from the very long exposure to just having to be taken care of by those that would fend for them. They definitely put on a show last night, playing music, drinking, having massive feast for everyone involved. The next morning, you had a conversation with Stonecutter, where he had agreed with Root to allow the elders of the Eto to return, and they would be able to have some political talks moving forward. So we're going to begin the experience of that journey now. If you guys have anything you want to do in Tandrida before we move on, let me know.
Maybe just like do a little shopping, like see if there's any
Okay.
like potions and stuff.
I do need to refill my empty slot of a staff.
Ah, I see. Well, yeah, you could definitely procure some items like that. Be a simple thing to go around and look for that. Everybody knows who you are, and giving you the best deal on it wouldn't be that hard. You're probably not going to get as ripped off as you would have before, as your popularity has increased in this region. So if you wanted to talk to Karna Salvhold about what potions or cure-alls he might have, I'm sure he'd be willing to part ways with some small healing potions.
Yes.
Give me one moment. Let me see, how much is a quarterstaff? 2 silver pieces if
Yeah,
you want to get a new quarterstaff.
I will do that, and I will also ask them about a short bow.
Okay. Did you want to try to get any of these in masterwork? You probably don't have enough money for that. Short bows are a lot more expensive than a quarterstaff, as it takes a higher degree of skill to create. That's about 25 gold pieces for a short bow. That's range 80 to 320 feet. I'll say you could probably get it for 20.
Shit, how much do I have?
Well, I'll remind everybody, since it was right at the end of last session, maybe not everybody picked up on it, but you all have 250 gold added to your gold amount because of what Stonecutter gave you this morning.
Would question on that. Would we be getting any of Moore's since she's leaving? Or no?
We haven't got to more leaving yet. It's not information that any of your characters are privy to. We'll get to that when we come to it.
I think he will hold off on the short bow then, because that was just to fill in my lack of range. So I will hold off on the short bow, but I will be taking that quarterstaff.
Okay. You don't have to get it, certainly. So potions of healing, he can give you up to 3, and they're 50
Mhm.
gold pieces each.
Mhm.
He also has
Okay.
a single potion of greater healing for 150 gold pieces.
Okay, and those are just regular healing potions there?
Yep, they're the low tier healing potions. These things will get you up off the ground for 1 exhaustion as a bonus action.
Okay, and so you said those are 50?
They're 50 each. I'll say, since you've got such high popularity here, you're getting sort of a discount. So let's take 20% off of that.
Okay. And I'll
That
take
would
the.
be. Say what?
I said, and I will take the greater, so maybe 2 regular and 1 greater.
Okay, so you can get them for 40 gold pieces. And the greater one. Wait, hold on. Well, that's 40 pieces each for the small potions.
Yes.
So that'd
yeah.
be 80
Whoa.
gold. And then the 150, only 80% of that. So that'd be another 120. So that'd be 200 gold for all those healing potions.
Okay, I'll take that.
So that's 2 regular and a greater.
Okay.
Wonderful. That's probably a good use for it, because that's gonna keep you alive potentially in the future. Plus, you guys have gems and other stuff as well, rather than just the straight up gold that you were just given. So it's not all of your funds. Is there anything anybody else wants to do before we move on?
Um,
I think I'm good.
the guy
Okay.
that I bought the bag from, he's the guy who does like the general goods and whatnot. What was
Mhm.
his name?
I don't think I ever gave you a name for him.
Okay, I didn't, because I didn't have anything written down for him.
Yeah, he's just a random NPC. You would just know as to be the food vendor.
Okay. Could I find, I guess, what would be equivalent of the bartender, whoever was serving drinks,
Okay.
for the night? And I want to ask him for whatever is the strongest, most fuck you up drink you have. It doesn't have to be good. It has to be something that'll just fuck you up with a quick sip.
It sounds like you might be looking for root whiskey, mate. That's quite a good thing.
Now that
cheap
sounds like a
too.
fun.
2
What would
silver
a
pieces for a flagon.
bottle cost?
I could get you a keg for maybe 3 gold.
I'll top him 4 gold. I will
Alright.
take that gladly.
It doesn't take too long for him to retrieve it with a small wagon. It looks pretty heavy.
Oh, it's a big one, huh?
Yes, it probably weighs about 50 pounds. You could strap it to your back.
Let me split that down a little. Let me get like 2 bottles off of you, and the rest of
I
it.
guess I could fill up some wine bottles.
The rest of it.
just some-
Everybody a drink on me. Yes.
Wonderful. Yeah. Okay. So he gets you a couple bottles, however many bottles out of that you would like. I think you could have up to 3.
I'm just gonna do
and-
2 bottles of it, and
Okay.
he leaves the rest of the, I guess, keg for everybody else. A last farewell from Sal.
You get a cheer from a couple of the drinkers in that tavern, and you make your way out. You will be meeting up with your hunting party, which will be made up of Duncan, Varnlin, Farah, Dooman, and several others, including the old man that kind of harassed you guys on the way to the mines. He seems like he's an old staple for going through these forests. It takes 3 days for Duncan and Varnalin to escort you to the Great Tandriding Gate. During that time, you pass through old memories. First, the dense jungle where you first perceived the hunters disappear like ghosts around you. You found that blade of obsidian. Later got sold to a child. Then onto the marshlands that once had gray film obscuring every pool. The film is now gone, and you can hear the orchestra of frogs sing like nowhere else in the Edacross jungle. Past traps some angry hunters laid in your path as a test of cunning. Eventually, you cross those falling bridges once again. This time, you notice the runes glow as Varnalin lays his sturdy hands upon the guardrails. Farah says, "It sings to our blood alone. If ever a trespasser would cross, they would surely take a nasty plunge."
Hey, you don't say. We wouldn't know anything about that.
Roll
Root
a
just
deception check.
coughs.
That's a 2, I believe.
She
Yeah.
giggles at your response. With a knowing look, she says again, "Apologies for that, if you fell victim to it." On the last day, you pass the final resting spot of Ketu, his grave marked by a simple mossed-over cairn. Stone stacked precariously high, but in the middle, there's a dwarven carving that reads, "Strong warrior, mighty friend."
Root's gonna take a minute to pay respects.
You all may remember the guy who had gotten extremely bitten up and was being overtaken by the Pale many days before. Looks like he had got buried by his friend.
That's sad.
A few hours later, you all arrive at the massive Tandriding Gate. Even with its great height, it's nearly buried in trees from this side. As you come to the threshold, something else surprises you out of any reverence for the grandeur of the gate. The scout, Dooman, runs back silently and fleet of foot. He whispers to Duncan, "There's a hunting party of Wari here. A roughly constructed camp of tents and fires look fresh. Maybe been there waiting for a couple days." Duncan turns to you and says, "Well, this is where we part ways for now. We will keep watch to ensure your safe retrieval. Until we meet again, curse breakers." Then the Tandriding hunters spread to both sides of the wall. They scale it in mere moments without a sound and disappear into the canopy above. On the other side of the gate, you'll see a small group of Eto warriors looking like they're preparing dinner for the night as the sun is starting to get low. Eos Dawn Trail, More Ashvale, Runai, Salrastari, and Root all exit the Edacross jungle. They take note of you coming through the gate quickly, hearing the pattering of your footsteps echo off the stone walls. They run up to meet you.
All hail the conquering heroes. Yes? How do you all feel?
Like my
Uh,
head is very fat. She's just
The
rubbing circles on her temples.
I guess she still doesn't feel too good. Maybe she's down with a sickness that wasn't ever the pale to begin with.
Yeah, I
And
call it genie-itis.
It certainly hasn't gone away. And indeed, Weiser has not made an appearance since being in the mines. Maybe he is just staying low, but you're not exactly sure he is. They begin to rapidly talk in their native language, Eto. One of them you may recognize as the leader of the hunters that had come to the Fairstrand encampment to retrieve all of you for help. We kind of lost the records on what their original names were, so his name is Aradu now. Aradu starts speaking in Eto as quickly as possible. And it's difficult for anybody to understand except for Root. Yeah. He says, "We had hoped that you'd survived. There's a grand reawakening in Cliffheart. We are very happy to see that you made it. We've been waiting. We're here to escort you safely back, but it is late now. Maybe we should encamp for one more night. But we'll leave it up to you."
I just
Oh.
nudge Root a little bit. Hey, at least they had a little bit of faith in us. They've been waiting here this long, apparently.
I think they were waiting more out of hope than belief.
I'll take it.
We've been here for about 2 days since we saw improvements. We decided to put out a camp here to wait for your return. I imagine that you've slayed the grandmother spider.
That and then some.
You can't understand what they're saying, Rude. I
Yeah,
apologize.
I'm just translating everything back and forth.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you're translating for them? Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
You say apologies. They don't seem like a people too hung up on niceties. They're not worried about how long it took or anything. They're just happy to see that you're alive. But he says again, surely you must be ready to get out of the jungle as quickly as possible. I wouldn't mind packing up the campsite and heading out of here if you want to. It's only a few short hours to get to Cliffheart.
How long have we been going by this point?
It's late, so it's probably about 7-8 p.m. In the day. And yeah, you guys have been walking all day.
We can camp another night.
Yes,
Okay.
we've been out here for quite a while. Another night won't hurt.
Well, then that's what you do. This night you will stay with the Eto warriors that came to meet with you. Set up a camp. You notice during your night here, through the meals and everything, Moore seems more distant than ever. She stays way on the edge of the encampment, not partaking of much food or drink from anybody else. It appears like she's bought her own food from Tandrida this morning. She's not even staying near the fires. Aradu seems happy enough to tell you of the improvement in Cliffheart. He says that many died in the last week, but the ones that were still holding on have made a recovery. As of 4 days ago, when you had shattered the green orb in the Enduro mines.
Your elderly, what's in Unkoro, I believe. He is still hanging on by an arm and a leg. Yes.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
He said, "Your elderly Ankoro, I believe, he's still hanging on by an arm and a leg."
Ankaro, yes, he's doing well. He's well taken care of.
I can assume we'll be speaking with him whenever we get back. But for now, it's another day down. Yes?
Yes. I am surprised, to be honest. Figured you're talking to him in broken Dwarvish. These guys are not the Tandridans that spoke a form of Dwarvish and Common, much closer to what you guys are normally used to speaking. Speaking with him is very broken, and he's hard of understanding what you're trying to tell him, and vice versa. So the conversation is not smooth between you and them. Root tries to make.
Yeah, he's still just. He's probably notices, but is still just kind of casual, like speaking easily between them without him knowing they're not catching on very well.
Okay. Is there anything anybody else would like to do for the night?
I don't think so.
I don't believe so.
From here, you guys will camp. I'm not trying to jump a big fight on you guys while you have a whole lot of help as well. Doesn't seem like it would make for a very speedy session. Make a fair, combat for 6 or 7 Eto and your entire troop. So I'm gonna say they're good enough at avoiding any sort of dangers in the forest, jungle, and you guys are able to make it out of their hunting grounds. Remember, they kind of hunt on the outside of the jungle, but they live in the cliffs near the coast, and the place that Fairstrand would call off town, because to them it feels strange. It's probably a pretty intimidating place. It shares a lot of similarities with other Orcish encampments, where it's kind of stark. Oh, I have a off town, don't I?
Yeah, you had it up.
I don't remember what I called it though.
That looks close to what I remember.
You make it there bright and sunshiny in the morning. You would make your way into a much busier off town. They're not celebrating anymore at this point. Looks like they're back to work as usual. It's been 4 days since the revival, but you can still see the remnants of sickness here and there. Some using makeshift crutches or canes to walk around, even though they're young men, women. Maybe some atrophied muscles here and there. But it doesn't feel quite like it did in Tandrida. They're just back to business as usual. Whatever that may be, this is still not an easy life for them, since they are forced to make their living on the outskirts of the jungle, doing small trade with Fairstrand that themselves is not doing very well. And yes, there is the other tribe of Eto as well that is more heavily involved in trade and fishing, but you haven't even gone to that area yet. Let's see, that would be the Runner's Village, the Kadi. instead of the worry. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Make your way to Ankaro.
Oh, would I need to mark off any meals for those 3 days that we've traveled?
Yes, but you would have been at max for that bag, which I think is 30 meals.
I've got 17 right now.
Okay. Yeah, just change it to, let's see, that'd be 3 days. They could have fed you for that last night. So yeah, just put it at 15.
Okay.
You can go to Ankaro's chambers and speak with him. First thing he does is present the golden cobra staff. Moore looks very intensely on it.
I mean, it is, it's got your name written all over it, Mo. Correct?
She nods very slowly. And for once, she lowers her hood, walks up to grab the staff. You can see her raven-colored hair cut down to her shoulders, flowing freely for the first time. She's quite attractive, even though she's so cold and so distant from everyone else. You don't really know why she came with you on this journey. She just showed up. She did help, and this is what she wanted out of it. She grabs the golden staff, begins to walk out of the chamber.
Well, she has what she wanted. I don't think there is anything else for us here, no? I do think, Root, you've spoken as a ambassador? Do you need to speak with him on some things?
Yes, I do.
Do you need privacy for this?
Not necessarily.
It's not necessarily something that we have to do much on. We can touch on it a little bit.
Well,
Root will meet with Ankaro and talk, because he's the head of this village, and he will try to coordinate with other elders of the runners and come up with something in due time. If you had something you wanted to role play out of that, we could do it. But otherwise, I know that you're going to end up going with them. So what I would rather role play is how you say goodbye to the party.
yeah, I don't need to roleplay anything specifically with Ankaro or anything like that.
Your goals are clear. There will be the efforts of you reuniting the Eto with the inner parts of the jungle and letting the Tandridans know that they're not so much of a threat, trying to get them back on friendly terms, though they may have never been on friendly terms before. But you've been in charge of this group, led deep into the jungle, killed a demonic spider from what depths you don't know, and saved 2 peoples simultaneously. You have Sal, the jokester, and Eos seems a little bit out of her depth. Brunei, ever curious. But Moore's nowhere to be found. Seems like she walked out of the castle and just kept on walking. To what ends, you don't know. But now you see the 3 other members of your party together, trying to discuss what comes next.
So it has been a great deal of bounty made with this group. Yes, we are all not gonna deny that, are we? We've made quite a good bit of money. I haven't seen this since I had my bar. How are you all feeling on the success of these?
I do believe it has been quite lucrative. I have quite enjoyed the learning experience and the travels that we've made. The knowledge that I have accumulated during this travel has been beneficial to my own findings and seekings.
How about yourself, Eos? Are you still down to travel?
Yep, I'm ready to go.
Root is it's gonna take a slow, deep breath. And he's gonna look at everybody. Say, I have walked many roads. Some led to glory, some to grief, and most, I think, to something in between. This road led me to you, and I am grateful for that. But I am a creature of the forest, of roots and patience and the long work that doesn't make for good stories around fires. The people here, all of them, are bleeding from wounds older than any of us, and someone has to stay and listen, and that someone is me. I won't pretend we always saw things the same way. We didn't. I held my tongue more than once, and I suspect some of you did too, and that's all right. Good people can walk different paths. But what I ask for you, and what I hope for you, is that when the next choice comes, the hard one, the one where nobody's watching, choose the one you could speak aloud at dawn without shame. It's all any of us can do. He pauses for a minute. I will not be joining you on your journey. I must stay here. I must continue to do this work. But go well. Do good. And if the world ever brings you back through these trees, you'll find me here. Older. Probably covered in mud. But here. May the roots hold you, and may the sky remember your name. And Root will stand up, and he will exit.
Anybody say anything to him as he parts?
It was the most we have heard from you in our time, but it was good to hear that.
We'll see each other again.
Safe travels, friend.
With that, his massive form moves off. He is going back to where he belongs in his eyes. Strange native to this land. And that just leaves the three of you. Mora's taken off. You may have recalled that she took her sending stone from Duncan earlier in the day, and her staff. She must have walked off towards Fairstrand. This is all you can possibly imagine happened. That may be where you guys need to go too. But it's not totally set in stone. From what you've heard, there might be two different pathways. You could go back towards the west, Fairstrand, or you could go to see if you could get a ship from the Runner's Village, but that might be expensive or dangerous in its own right.
Well, I know I have had my fair share of this forest. I am looking for some civilization. And it may not be much, but I think the closest is Crane. So if you two are willing, maybe we can find some adventure along the way. maybe stop by Fairstrand and see if anybody has any further things for us.
I'm not
You know-
opposed to that.
I think I'm down for that as well.
So back towards Fairstrand.
Isn't that where that mine was as well? Where there was like a lot of treasures and stuff too?
Yeah, the abandoned mines that had closed approximately the same time that the things happened in the Enduro mine 6 months beforehand.
Mhm. They closed that down because of the Pale, right?
Closer to 7 months at this point.
Mm-hmm.
The abandoned mines, what you had listened to before is that they were attacked all at once by some horrible creatures of some sort that just came out of nowhere, started killing people left and right, making tunnels collapse, and they had to back out of it. You don't know what's happening now. You could go back to Fairstrand and find out.
Seems like Fairstrand's the most logical next stop, regardless.
Yeah,
Okay.
pass through Fairstrand and maybe let them know that maybe they could check on the mines. Maybe some good news for the mines. Yes.
I could
Now that you
agree.
guys have made a small fortune, you may be able to make it better in a city like Crane. Many of you probably have been through Crane before, but I hate to use this analogy, but it's sort of like the LA of cities. So yeah, you could stay there, but you may be totally broke and end up on the street if you're not extremely lucky. It's kind of not the cheapest place to live. There's definitely opportunities there for people that are stronger and more well laid in pocket.
Mm-hmm. Can you bring up the bigger map? Because is that the next closest after Fairstrand?
Well, I will bring up the overland map.
Yeah.
Well, we can have some fun in Crane, and then I believe there is a town of Uncallin. And
Yeah, so
probably
here's Spearhead, and then that goes out towards west. So I'll open up the Midland Plains map. You'd be coming from the eastern port right here through the desert there to the Siren Coast. It'd probably be best to take either the far southern path or northern path, depending on if you want to go to the smaller towns or the big town.
I'm cool with either.
There's also the Druid Grove, the Order of Songs here. There's actually 3 main Druid groves in the Midland Plains, and this is the road that leads to all of them.
Eos, let me ask, how are you on crowds anyway? You are druidic, yes, but I do not see you as a city folk, should I say.
I don't mind people. I just prefer the forest, you know? I mean, each place has its own levels of sound. It just depends on how you listen to it. Does that make sense?
It sounds like you, if that is the best way to put it, yes?
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
All right.
Runai, what about you? Is there something you seek? Because I think Crane does have a pretty decent library.
I would not mind perusing the books, or just seeing what, others have to say. I mean, particularly larger cities are not fond of me, per se, but I enjoy what they offer.
Okay, well, how about we word this in a new way? I'm sure we are all still curious about what the fuck happened back there, yes?
I would say so.
Do you think maybe we could find out a little more on what that came from? I mean, I don't want to throw myself into danger, but I am a little curious to how that orb came about.
Yes, and perhaps maybe finding out more about what lies beneath or between, whatever it was. We might be able to find out some more information to glean from that.
Yes, that was an interesting name. What was it? He Who Lies Between, I believe?
Something of the sort.
Sounds like fun at parties.
The one who lies between, that was it.
You still have the tablet with the dwarven poem on it.
Yeah, the one from Wiser.
You're still thinking about that second to last line.
Eos, have you had any luck with your new, what should we call him, roommate? Has he been speaking to you much?
He hasn't said a thing, but I feel like kind of like my brain's rattling around almost. It's unpleasant, but it's not unbearable. He's there. I can tell he's there.
I'm sure he will make himself useful when he is useful.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where we're at with this guy.
Well, are we just kind of hanging around here for now? Would it be a good time to set off?
Yeah, it would have taken you guys only like to the mid-afternoon to get to the point where you're at now. After having talked to everyone and having Root leave, there's still enough time to get to Fair Strand by night, I would say, but it might be wiser to stay there one more night and then leave in the morning. We're gonna start doing random encounters on the road.
It has been a long road as it is, so I think I am fine with staying another night.
Well, I
We-
guess
we-
that's that.
We can jump to whatever part of the story you guys want to. You guys want to just fast forward some?
Yeah, anybody have anything in this place to deal with, or we should jump forward?
Do we need to grab a few
I
more
imagine
rations?
I imagine you guys might want to get some more rations and stuff like that. Also, Rue and I might be interested to see some of the people that have healed from the sickness as opposed to people who died from it, and maybe see a corpse or two and like just get a few more notes on what had happened with the pale.
Yeah, yeah, because he was in the sick ward here, so yeah,
Give me another
he'd be
medicine check.
okay.
And just remember that rations are like a gold piece each. Well,
15.
you've got the bag of colding, so you don't have to get prepared rations. So that means that you could get cheaper food for like, what did I say, 5 silver? So
Think that sounded about right.
yeah, I think that's right. What did you get?
15.
Oh, that's good. That's
Very
kind
nice.
of the bare minimum I wanted. you do some research over the course of the rest of the day and asked to do some autopsies on some of the deceased that had died approximately 5 days ago, just a day before you guys had finished the work in the mines.
Mhm.
So, a fairly fresh corpse, but still 5 days old and not very well taken care of necessarily.
Mhm.
You managed to see that there were a lot of post-mortem exit wounds from a lot of the flesh of the creatures. Like there was something still inside of them and getting out of them, with
Ew.
many, many dozens of those little tiny pinpricks,
Mhm.
kind of confirming some things that you had thought, that there's some sort of there was some sort of parasitic part of this microscopic organism that was multiplying and working in tandem, probably connected in that hive mind to work together and to spread.
Mhm.
All that you
Okay.
can come up with is that maybe whenever the hive mind was shattered, the creatures are not so potent when not in concert with each other.
Mhm.
And they just sort of dissipated and weren't able to continue reproducing.
Okay.
When you come across the people that had survived, they have many of the same like pinprick wounds and things, but they've much healed up. And you see that
Mhm.
they've got like a very wide blanket of almost like freckle-like scars from where they had the disease coming out of them.
Okay. So nobody looks like their wounds are infected. It looks like they're healing well.
Yep, it looks like it's gone. Whatever
Cool.
was keeping it going has fallen apart.
Okay.
I'll say one other thing. You guys, who has the chains that were on the grandmother spider?
I have those. I was actually gonna ask if I could find anybody, maybe like into witchcraft or anything in this area, and see if there's anybody involved with curses.
Okay. Um, that'd be a long shot. I'll give you an investigation roll for it. DC 20. No guidance.
That is 17 plus 3 for a 20 exactly.
Nice.
Wow. All right. Um,
See if there's like any old shaman woman or something.
you talk to some people, sort of, and trying to get some candid information out of them, and they tell you that they do know of a witch, but the witch that might know something of the chains would live in the other village with the runners.
How far of a trek is that?
It's like
It's
the
pretty
same
close.
amount of time as like 4 hours. Get to the runners village and talk to the Kari and maybe find the witch there as well that they spoke of.
I keep it in mind and I will speak with the other two before we set out. But he's constantly pulling them out at times, looking them over and deciding if he feels like he should just go ahead and fuck with them. How
The chain,
I'm
the
trying
chains
to
do
think.
still have that sort of cold, dark, demonic energy resonating in them. So whatever was shattered in that orb didn't shatter anything from this.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how many shackles are on the chain. Is it 2? Is it 4? 4. Okay. So 1 for each. Okay.
Yep. It's a strange thing because you don't know what it can do, and you don't know if it would be extremely detrimental or beneficial to who's wearing them. So it's
Yeah,
difficult to know when you should use it.
He spent a lot of nights looking at them, pulling them out of the bag at times, and just debating.
I'll try not to kink shame.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Ayo.
There is not much left in the day. After you having found out about a witch, you also realize that the Dwari people don't really take to any kind of magic craft. They look on it as unlucky or unsafe. I feel like it ultimately always brings some sort of bad comeuppance, let's say. So they're not necessarily like, it's not outlawed or anything, but they believe that, oh, if you're doing magic, something really bad's going to end up happening to you or your family.
Well, what do you know? I just hit things.
Yeah. Just a little bit of background about them. And also they say that the runners are mostly like that as well, but they still know that there is a sort of infamous witch that lives with them. So let's go back to where you guys are actually at. Yeah, they're here. Fast forward to Runner's Village or fast forward to Fairstrand? I'm gonna make a roll and see if there's a battle or not.
Okay, I say we visit the witch.
Oh my God, you see the Scooby-Doo mystery van? Not again.
All right, so you guys have a 25% chance of a hostile encounter. You got a 10% chance of a non-hostile encounter. Oh, no encounter. Rolled a 38. So the next morning, after having bought your rations for 5 silver each to fill up your bag, are you gonna fill it up to 30? That'd be 15 rations.
I bought 10, so it's at 25 right now.
All right, that's
I did, yeah, 50 silver.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, the Runner's Village. It's not that far of a trek. It is through this hot land, but that's not quite long enough for me to make you have to roll for exhaustion. You travel from the Runner's Village to Fairstrand today. I'll make you do another check for exhaustion. But when you get there, you notice it's a lot different from Offtown. It's like built up in the cliffs and in this like mountainous plateau region. It's towards the coastline. There's like a lot of beach area. They do have similar structures built there. They also have long wooden docks with these very sleek, small ships off of them that are coming and going. Looks like they have a lot to do with fish trade here, and the village smells as such. When you walk in, you see that they are very physically similar to the Eto of Offtown in most ways, but they do look like they might be a little less prone towards working out. They're a little thinner, they're a little pudgier in some areas, and they also don't wear as much armor. They kind of wear loose fitting like tunics and things of that nature. They're sort of just going about their day, but whenever you get close to their camp, uh, some of them do walk up to you speaking common. It's a young Eto girl. She's probably in her 20s. But she has a basket, and within it there is like this dried stuff. It looks like sheets of fish meat that have been dried out to make fish jerky. And she's instantly on the group. It's like, oh, are you here to trade? Would you like some fish jerky?
My feline eyes immediately dart to the fish jerky. What is this we have here?
It's just a silver apiece. And the pieces are pretty big.
I quickly, easily give her two silver.
You get 2 sheets of very fragrant fish jerky.
Yeah, I'll get 5.
Oh, all right. So you want to try it out too? Yeah, Eos shouldn't
Yes.
be squeamish. Eos, you
Mm-mm.
look at it. What does Eos think about it?
She just kind of smells it and she's like, huh. Hmm.
It smells a lot like seaweed.
Sal has already got it in his mouth. What is it? What is it? You know what to try it?
Oh, if you like this, we've also got some wrapped in seaweed. Add a little bit of extra saltiness to it. But I'll have to go get that basket. Then somebody else walks up to the party. Are you guys here for trade? And he like has a big old wheelbarrow that he's rolled up, and it's got fresh fish laid out on it.
Well, I must say this is a nice welcome.
I must agree.
It
What
looks
do
like
you
they're
have?
very used to outsiders coming here for fish and other goods. So what do you have? Do you have anything for trade?
I have some money and other things.
Well, what other things? Do you have clothing?
I have some different organic material from creatures, as well. I have a handful of bright crystals.
Bright crystals?
I think what we have to offer may be a little extreme for their likes.
Perhaps. Well, how much as far as coin goes for some of these delectable fishlings?
Oh, the fish, they're 2 silver each, and that you can look at them. They look like they're about 2 to 3 pound fish. Like they're quite large.
Okay. Sal, do we have enough room to add some of this fish into the holding bag?
I flip it open. We have 25 meals and a roll of cheese.
Okay, so basically this would be like a meal, but it's super cheap.
Let's get some fish. I think this looks quite delicious. The skin looks quite tasty.
So if you want to get enough for another 5, then that's 1 gold.
Okay.
1 gold,
I'll
and
mark.
you fill up the rest of the bag with fish.
I'll mark that off.
I've got us at 30 meals.
The jerky is just sort of a snack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Sal's
flavor
already
snack.
chewing on it, and his breath smells like fish.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you're loving it. Not so much anybody standing beside you, but you're loving it.
Likes it too. This kind of stuff is up his alley, so he's kind of nibbling as well.
Just you get stuck with the street rats.
Eos is just, she's just kind of waving her hand in front of her face, like, ugh.
The 2 animals.
Yes. They're
He'll
bonding.
catch probably the guy before he pedals off. I've also heard that there might be a should we say old witch woman, a shaman maybe, in your group.
A witch? Oh, you mean the water witch? Yeah. I know where she's at. I'll tell you for 2 silver.
Like a bargaining man, and I flip him 2 silver.
He says it's around the coast a ways. It's actually kind of hidden. So you just walk the coastline, go west for about 25, 30 minutes, and she's in a cave. Can't miss it.
Well, that doesn't sound risky at all.
Uh, she
What do
does
you...
perform magic, so be on your best behavior with her. Heard she's turned people to toads before.
I can't say it wouldn't be my first time as a toad. Thank you for the information.
He looks at you with a very confused look.
We've all had those kind of nights.
He
Yos,
just shakes his head.
Runai?
I've never been turned into a toad before, actually. It sounds terrifying and unpleasant.
Yos, Runai, what do you think? Shall we continue this side step towards a creepy witch that might turn us into a toad, or should we go ahead and get moving?
I think we've got a delicious snack for the journey going to find her. I say let's see what we see, and hopefully no one turns into a toad.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't mind turning into a toad. It doesn't sound too bad.
Couldn't you
Yos,
turn into one if you wanted to anyway?
I was going to say, I have a feeling that that is something you could just do.
She kind of looks away and whistles, and
Ah, that's a girl. She knows what I'm talking about.
Okay. You make your way up the coastline. You're able to see the onerous ocean from here. It just seems like it goes on forever, way off into the horizon. You hear the very somber, ambient noise of the waves crashing up against the low cliffs and rocks nearby. You've had to leave the beach side behind to kind of travel up a ways, but eventually you come to a large opening in the cliffside, and hung on the outside of it there are upwards of 15 different wind chime / dream catcher looking things that have been put together from the bones of small animals and feathers, and looks like it might have like a rope and string like tied in these strange and intricate patterns. Definitely looks like the outside of a witch's lair.
I'm going to say, Runai, no offense, this looks more like your full front. Maybe you would have a little more in common with her.
I agree. This actually looks like a hovel I inhabited myself before I set out on my own journey. I feel quite welcome as is.
He steps back and waves forward. Then after you first, I feel like you will have a better conversation with her than I would.
Before you enter the cave, you hear the echoing of voices coming from the inside. It seems like there's a gruff male voice that says something you can't quite hear or understand right off the bat, but as you get closer, you hear the response of a woman's kind of husky, cracked voice. And the very end of the response that you can hear from her is, "Yes, this will surely keep you out of the eyes of any scryers, at least if they're not extremely skilled scryers."
Okay.
The response comes from a halfling fighter who is there seeking something to keep himself out of the mind's eye of any magic users.
Well, it sounds like he needs something that keeps nearby people from listening into it also.
Toby?
Okay.
Hi.
So you're arguing with a witch right now, Toby. She's told you that she has a charm that will keep you unscryable as long as they're not extremely skilled, but she's trying to charge you 200 gold pieces for it.
Oh, no
You
love.
believe it? You believe it should be cheaper?
Well, fuck yeah, it should be cheaper. What you mean 200?
It's very difficult for me to create these. I have to find the bones of. Well, let's just say it's hard to find these bones.
Oh. And how do I know this works?
I do know how to scry. I could potentially try to cast a scrying spell on you, but then you might not believe me if I told you I wasn't able to. So,
Yeah,
do you
I
have
don't know
any
much about magic.
ideas? Oh, it looks like we may have some more guests. It's quite busy today.
Huh?
And she gets up from her very extravagant looking stool that is totally clustered and adorned with little animal skeletons. She walks up towards the entrance of the cave. Once you get closer to the entrance, you notice that it dwindles down to what's almost like half the size of a regular door, where you would have to crouch and crawl in. But in that small hatch, there are beads hung very, very thickly. And she spreads those beads apart and looks out. And you see a Eto woman, half orc, half dwarven, look out upon the party and invite you in. Says, welcome, come on in. Already got some outsiders here.
Well, greetings to you.
So I'll give a low bow, milady. Good knowing you.
This ain't no fucking lady.
I apologize, young master. She looks at Toby. Says, I don't normally have this many people coming to my cave. This is quite the odd occurrence. Is it all right if we discuss your matters in front of them?
Yeah, well, they go first. It's fine.
Well, very well then. Just stay tight. What is it that I could do for you all? What does Toby look like? And I'll describe what the witch looks like in a minute.
Toby is a 3'1" halfling, obviously. He has shaggy, unkempt brown hair down to his shoulders and a scruffy beard. He has a cowboy hat on and a eye patch over his eye. He's wearing leather armor, and he has a short sword at one side and a dagger at the other. And his skin is a little darker, it's a little more tanned.
Sounds rough. I like
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Well, you look like you've had some fun lately.
I have fun all the time.
This guy, he gets it.
Oh dear.
Runa, would you like to speak to her, or should I throw up my beef first?
Well, I believe we could probably present all our things at once. We come to you, my dear, with some different reasons of our own. My friend Sal here has something he would like for you to investigate and perhaps share some of your knowledge, and I have some things that I find you might be interested in as a magic
Yes.
user as well.
Very well.
With that, there's just a clatter as the chains come up falling out onto the table. It
Ching,
looks
ching, ching.
interesting, yes?
Oh. Ooh, this has some energy to it. He immediately picks up a length of the chain, and first thing she does is stick her tongue out to it and give it like a hefty lick. And she starts,
Why didn't I think of that?
Demonic in nature. Ooh, it's quite powerful. Well, I would not want to put these on any friendlies. These are not for fun.
Licked it. She just licked it. Never mind. This is fine. I give up.
So would you say it would not benefit any of us to don these?
I'll have to convene with my master for a few moments. If you allow me to take these chains into another chamber.
I mean, it won't hurt us any. We can spend some time talking with a new friend here, yes?
She picks up the chains and puts them over her shoulders and starts walking out of the room. She looks younger, maybe in her 30s, but she's walking kind of hunched like an older lady would, and exits the room through another set of beads. While you're looking around this chamber, it is very, very cozy. Somehow she's managed to take a massive inside cave and make it feel very, very cramped. There are ropes hanging from the ceiling on every 2 or 3 inches of square ceiling. There are all sorts of things hanging down. In some of them, it's just the strangest thing. You could see a rope tie down to just a single rock at the very end of it. In fact, a lot of them are just single pebbles or rocks at the end of ropes, and then some of them have more bones and feathers and organic pieces of things that are hanging in the air above you like a massive cloud of insects, but unmoving, maybe just slightly swaying from whatever breeze blows in through the front, if any. Yeah, there's a fire roaring nearby, and that smoke kind of travels up and encapsulates the room in this very thick, hard to see in smoke. And when you inhale it, it doesn't taste or smell like campfire smoke. It's a lot spicier than that. And the entire party is becoming inebriated by its aroma.
Well, sorry we stepped in on your little conversation. It seems like you might need another thing to block out anybody hearing our conversation within, say, 20 feet or so.
They're really worried about that now?
Toby, you would have heard about this witch from people that know of her in Fairstrand. This is a much closer related village to Fairstrand, and they deal with stuff all the time. She does receive customers from what you know of, but it's usually for certain sort of undesirable medicines, or at least unpalatable medicines, things that get you high or cause abortions or do things that normally you wouldn't be able to find in an upstanding society. Some people actually come to Fairstrand just to find this witch.
So here's what I'm thinking, okay? 30 gold.
You saying this to Sal because the witch is out of the room?
I mean, I'm down to party for 30 gold.
No, 30 gold. What do you think? You think that's a good deal for her? They can get that what I want for 30 gold. She's trying to charge me 200, and I feel like that's just way too much, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, worst that she could do is turn you into a frog, right?
If you think that's the worst you can do, you haven't been paying attention.
I really don't think being a frog is that bad.
Have you ever been a frog before?
Maybe. It's a secret.
That's a terrible secret.
It's a secret. Don't worry about it.
She gets a little froggy at times. Don't worry about her.
Hush you.
Is that literal or metaphorical? I can't fucking understand what the hell you're talking about.
Why not both, my friends?
She
Alright.
crosses her arms and pouts.
Did she leave the thing out here, or did she take it back there with her?
She left it out here. It
Alright,
looks like it looks like an amulet that has femurs crossed on it, but the femurs are very small.
Alright, well, I'm gonna leave 30 gold on the counter, and I'm gonna walk out with it.
Okay.
Oh well, I saw nothing.
Brunei has not been paying attention. He's been looking at all the things that the witch has, so he has not noticed.
Toby, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Alright, hold on. Let's see, what is my... Yeah, okay, not great. That's fine.
What'd you get on the die?
It is 14.
14? Okay.
Not the worst.
You pick up the item and you go to find the front door and start walking out, and it is no longer there.
Like, is it just a wall?
It looks like it's just a wall.
Is the
Well-
door not there for us also, or is it just for him?
Yeah, you guys can still see it.
Okay.
But I can reach out and
What does
touch a
Toby say?
physical wall,
What is-
right?
What does Toby say?
I'm gonna start like slapping on the wall. What the fuck is this? Hey, lady.
You see Toby go over to the wall that's closest to the entrance and start slapping on it. Hey, lady.
It's a little to your side. No, your other that no. Okay.
She comes out in a rush. Excuse me, what are you trying to do, sir?
Trying to buy my shit and fucking leave. What do you mean?
This is not nearly enough gold for that kind of item.
You're overcharging.
It is mine. I will sell it for whatever I wish to sell it for. Honestly, it's probably worth more than that. If you're broke, just say that.
I'm not broke. It's not paying for some fucking skulls and shit and some fucking bones on a goddamn amulet.
It seems to
You're
me like you
overcharging.
really need this. If you
Does
need
it seem
that-
to you? Does it seem to you?
If you need it that badly, maybe you could do something for me. And I'll give it to you.
I still
that
can't
sound?
guarantee this works.
It works.
You're a trusting, upstanding citizen.
She giggles. He says, it's either that, or I can try to turn you into a toad like you've all been talking about.
Everybody's obsession with fucking frogs in this goddamn room. I swear to God.
Toads are delicious. Boiled
What?
eggs.
What do you need? What is this? What is this favor you need? What is it?
I need something taken to Crane. I have a client there who's been awaiting a package for quite a long time.
Is that it?
I don't wish to discuss what's in the package, and I don't want you to look inside of it. In fact, I require it.
Fine. Give me the baggage. I'll walk back over and I take my gold back off the counter.
She has a big, wide smile. Looks like many of her teeth have been replaced with golden teeth. She says, wonderful. I'll go retrieve it.
I lean down
Also-
to Runai and I nudge him and I say, I bet you 5 silver he opens it before he gets there.
Well, I don't know if I should take that bet because I agree with you.
Well then, isn't this gonna be fun? Hey, friend there, we are looking to head to Crane as well. If you want some company.
All up and down for a second. Look over at the druid. You're not gonna turn into a frog on the trip or something, are you? Because I'm not down with that. Keep all the magic shit to yourself. But sure, that's fine. I don't care. More the merrier, right?
I mean, she could turn into a newt, I'm sure, if you like that more, but we can talk about it along the way.
I'm going to make this perfectly clear one time. I want every single person here to stay exactly as they are. All right? If I
Is
see any
there a
fuck shit like that,
reason why you dislike animals so much?
I don't dislike animals. I'm just trusting of people who become other things.
About that,
Oh, he's in for a surprise.
I kind of do that. It's my thing, you know. Yeah, yeah.
You stay away from me.
Okay, yeah. That, you know.
Don't
okay.
worry, she grows on you.
That's my
I
word.
hate
She's gonna
cats.
grow something on me.
No,
Turn into a giant whale and just fall on me. I'm fucking 3 feet tall, all right?
I'm not. You know. I'm just gonna stay away. He's like low key kind of crazy.
It's at that moment that a stream of pearlescent steam starts to come out of Eos as you watch, and a wiser begins to form in front of her. This
Oh my God.
very large genie-like essence creature. Like, what am I missing out here? Oh,
What the fuck is that?
Eos's face is just red, and she's like, "You can't just come out like that."
There's that guy too. I forgot to mention him.
Yes, that's
What
why.
do you mean that guy? What is that?
Well, this den is absolutely full of witchcraft. Holy goodness. This is fascinating. And his book appears out of thin air, the quill and the ink pot. He begins to take notes vigorously.
I'm just
Mostly-
watching
mostly
Toby
looking up.
see how he reacts.
Toby just steps back against like the little table and just puts his hand on a short sword. One of you people better explain something to me right now.
Eos just kind of puts her face in her hands, and she's just like, "You couldn't have chosen a better time to appear." Like, truly, because now he's freaking out, and I look weird.
I figured this was the best opportunity. You guys have been so absolutely bustling with company for the past few days. I figured this was a good opportunity. What you mean?
Somebody explain to me what the fuck is going on right now.
Oh,
A bit of a
So-
loaded question. Wiser, I
Well.
think you would love it here. I quite enjoy it.
well, my friend Toby, you see, she's magic. Our little mouse friend here is magic, and I punch things. And the smoke cloud over there is we're still figuring that one out.
You're just figuring that out. You got this fucking what parasite following you around? Nobody knows anything about it? What do you mean you're still figuring that out?
I mean,
I'm
he's
not a parasite, sir. I would really appreciate you refraining from such speech.
Oh,
Oh,
you
she's
speak to
coming
me
back.
directly for the first time. Okay.
I'm going to depart. Goodbye. And he immediately dissipates and starts going back in.
just that
The-
slurp right back
the
in her
wi-
head.
The witch walks out like right at the last second of him disappearing. You've still got your hand on your hilt, staring at her. Witch says, "Did I miss something?"
No, you're all just fucking crazy. What do you need? Give me the shit.
She hefts the chains back over her shoulders and brings it back over to her throne of bones, and hands it back to Sal. Says, "These are very interesting shackles. Seems like, from what my master has told me, whoever might put these on and be slain, not be allowed to die. Very strange. It's like their soul would be captured within the body. They'd become some sort of undead creature."
There it is. I was gonna say, it feels like there's a big but here at the end.
Yes. Not to say that you wouldn't be able to be destroyed as an undead, but it does keep the spirit from passing to another plane. I imagine it could be overridden if that spirit was strongly connected to some sort of god.
Oh, that
So,
might bring us
how much
to
do
a
you
little
want for
bit
them?
of.
You offering to purchase?
I am. Depends on what your price is, though.
I
could
mean, I
use
only
these for some particular rituals
only
requiring undead.
just recently learned what they could do myself. And I mean, I admit it's a very curious object. But do you have anything trade-wise? Maybe that could replace it?
Honestly, the things I have acquired, I would like to keep a hold of. Mostly. That would equal this. I'll give you 1,000 for it.
Sal chokes up immediately from that. Gold?
Yes. Or in platinum if you wish. Not 1,000 platinum, but 100 platinum.
Yeah, 100 platinum. That tells me that it is definitely a very great item, but the risk is oof. Yes, sold.
Wonderful. She smiles with that leering sort of golden tooth grin. And she goes and retrieves a satchel with the gold in it and gives it to you. I hear somebody talking. Thank you.
I think it's on Justin's end.
No problem. And as far as the ward against scrying, we've already come to an agreement with that. And here is your package. And she gives you what looks like an egg-shaped wrap. It's like a towel wrapped over itself, sort of tightly, and then bound with a ribbon.
How big is it?
Black ribbon. It is sort of small. I want to say like a cantaloupe, about the size of a cantaloupe.
Okay, I'll take it and try to put it in my like satchel.
Just be very careful with it. It's quite fragile.
Yeah, of course.
I need you to
This-
try and find Tigra Varaxian in Crane.
Tigra Varaxian.
Yes.
Question: that package, does it look any bit familiar to any of the spider eggs that were in that area?
Looks too small for the spider eggs,
Okay.
but you aren't 100% sure. Maybe you would think it could be a spider egg. It is egg-shaped. I'm sending a message to her today, letting her know that I am sending a troop of well-trained individuals to take it there. I assume you're all going together?
Oh,
I mean, that's-
Toby? Yeah?
That seems like a really poor idea to send a message the same day you send something out, but sure.
I'll do my business as I see fit. And you all notice that smell.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm being summoned.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me mute my shit.
You notice that smell pervading the cave here is having some sort of strange effect on your mental acuities. Can I get everybody to roll another wisdom saving throw?
I rolled a nat 1.
Okay. Beautiful.
I rolled an 8.
8. And we need Eos, and Eos. Yeah, I could roll it for you if you like. What's your
Okay.
wisdom?
I did the thing.
saving?
It's a.
Oh, did you roll
plus
it?
seven.
You can tell me.
I did, but I did the command incorrectly.
Oh. What's your
Uh,
bonus?
It's +7. It was 11.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm back.
I didn't get no better. Could you roll a wisdom saving throw? The smell in the cave is affecting your mental acuity.
Who? Me?
Everyone, yeah. Roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Everyone's failed so far, so we'll see if Runa doesn't.
Okay. 3.
3.
Wow.
You all, for the next 48 hours, are charmed by the witch. You see her, and it doesn't seem like there's anything untrustworthy about her at all. You think that her suggestions are very astute, and you can't wait to do what she asked you to do. Take her
Okay.
package carefully.
I have some things I wanted to trade with her too.
Oh, that's
so
fine.
she'll be able to
What
get a
do you have
good
to
deal
trade?
from me then. I have the Grick beaks and tentacles. I've got some bright crystals. I was gonna ask her about because I have one fang of the grandmother spider. I also have the venom gland of the grandmother spider. I've got spiders in jars. Yeah, that's pretty much it as far as things to trade, I guess.
Okay, these are all sort of like knick-knack things. Nothing that's extremely valuable. Let's
Not the
say,
grandmother spider venom gland or nothing?
that one was good. What'd you sell that for to the other one? 50 gold? That's what you sold it to the other guy for. So I'll tell you, you get around 75 gold for everything.
Okay. All right.
So if you want to mark all that off and get 75, you can, or you can try to keep it for your own purposes later on.
Yeah, I was gonna see if she could turn the venom gland into like a poison for me.
Okay, that'll cost you money for her to be able to do that for you. Or you could try to
Okay.
do that yourself with Weiser's help.
Okay. Okay, then I sell her the Grick beaks and tentacles.
All right, then it's 25 gold for that stuff.
Okay. Okay.
The trade happens fairly quickly. You guys also feel like you've been smoking a doobie. You feel very like enlightened and inebriated and a little slow on the uptake. Toby, you definitely notice that something feels off.
Right. Toby's just a little paranoid about it, actually. Got looking back and forth at everybody with really shifty eyes. Doesn't trust anybody here.
The water
We're
witch
not-
looks at you and she's like, make sure you put that charm on now. It'll take an hour to attune to.
Think about it for a second. But since I am charmed, I'll go ahead and do it.
Put
Okay,
it on.
Will, was that including the fang for the 25?
The gland and the fang are attached. Yeah,
Oh,
for the
okay.
spider.
Okay.
For the spider.
Okay, never mind.
The water witch is like, well, if that's all the business you have, I've got a long night to get through. Go on.
Well, do enjoy those new chains of yours. And I will definitely enjoy this platinum.
Oh, I very much shall. Thank you. You don't recall ever telling her your name.
Thank you. Thank you. You are very, very kind, young lady.
Thank you for your graciousness, milady.
She nods.
We all going to step out now?
Right at the last moment, she's got the beads pulled aside and allowing everybody to walk through. Toby's the last to walk through, and she kind of leans over to him. You're about the same height. And she whispers in your ear, ask for defenders of the circle of balance. You ought to be able to find where she is. This is a very delicate matter. I do not wish it damaged. Understand?
Yep, you got it. No damage.
You like a little squeeze on the shoulder and gently nudges you out. Let the beads fall, swing back and forth. You can hear the clattering of the bones as the wind comes in from over the ocean, knocking them against the side of the cliff above you. Just the light tinkling of organic matter of the dead, singing a song as you depart.
Well, I don't think we caught your name, did we, friend?
Ah, Toby. Toby
Did
Ash.
you not? Salazar Ristori at your service. He's gonna be a fun trip, I can tell.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I'm Runai, cheesed to meet you.
Yeah,
And
that wasn't funny.
I
He's
think you're
high.
proving off him.
He's
No,
high.
that was
There's
hysterical.
no
I
way she
loved
would
it.
ever say that.
He's feeling good right now. He's chuckling to himself.
I see that.
Hang on a second. Hold on. It's a better closer look at you. Are you a giant rat?
I am ratkin. I'm what you would call a skaven. But yes, I essentially am a giant rat.
That's crazy. All right.
And
Yeah.
Bright Eyes, do you care to introduce yourself?
I'm Eos, and I turn into animals, I guess.
Weiser comes out as you guys are walking back down the coastline alone for that 30 minutes, and he kind of weaves back and forth when he comes out. His eyes look kind of puffy. Said, what is that strange feeling I'm experiencing?
Eos just kind of looks up at him, and she's starting to like realize something's not quite right with anyone now. Did we eat something funny?
It was probably the fish.
I didn't have any fish.
No, but I did.
Sal, did you slip us some of your drink?
No, I do not give it away unless it is asked for or offered.
It feels kind of nice.
Did that darn witch do something to us?
Nah, she's too good. She wouldn't do anything to us. Look at her.
Oh, this is why I don't
Nobody's
haggle
a
with
toad.
witches.
I can feel my teeth and I don't like it.
Yeah, you feel the fine spray coming off of the ocean as you're traveling down, and it feels heavenly. Guys are like, maybe we should just stay here for a little while. But your legs keep moving forward. Wiser's still weaving back and forth, and he's like floated over to the back of Eos, and he's like, he looks like he's leaning on top of her, like he's trying to go to sleep. You can hardly feel any weight on top of you. It's almost like you just put a hood on.
I guess I don't know. This feels so weird to begin with, and it just continuously surprises me that it just gets weirder the more he does things. So I'm just gonna pretend I'm okay.
It's not easy being a genie.
It's not easy being a makeshift
genie?
lamp either.
You can grant wishes?
It's not easy being cheesy.
Oh no.
That was a good one.
It feels like we've been smoking reverie sticks. Oh, wonderful.
I will say, Toby brings up a good point. Have we even asked you about a wish yet?
I'm sorry, what?
Toby, you said something about them granting wishes.
You're a genie, yeah?
Oh, it's not really my thing.
Oh, so you're a fake genie.
Wait,
Fake
no.
genie.
We're supposed to rub his lamp.
Don't.
Exactly. I don't have a lamp, therefore I don't do the wishes. It's
No,
that
no.
easy.
Listen, Eos is the lamp. Let's rub Eos.
Yeah. Nope.
I support
No,
this
no.
wholeheartedly.
You come
Everyone
across
just
a
starts
great
petting
point.
Eos.
That is why I'm not that kind of genie. You have to have the lamp. That's really where the magic comes from.
I'm rubbing Eos's shin.
Kind of just shakes her
I'm
leg.
rubbing her arm.
She's slowly starting to get annoyed.
Are you sure you weren't smoking reverie sticks? Because it feels just like that.
You guys have to be careful. Remember what happened the last time you touched him? You started rubbing things you weren't supposed to. Remember, Sal?
I've been in
Yes.
those situations before.
I have to ask. When he comes out, does it feel like a fart?
I don't want to talk about it.
And when he goes in, does it feel like a reverse fart?
Stop. What kind of thoughts are you having?
Better out than in.
Stop. Oh my gosh. Somebody help me.
This is gonna be a fun trip.
Bro, the tone of this campaign changed crazy.
With
Drugs will
that,
do that, man.
you guys walking along the Honor Coast next to the pristine, picturesque runner's village and the shipping boats out there on the ocean. You can see them now off in the distance, glinting in the sunlight. They're polished wood, shining like mirrors. You feel like the journey has just begun. And that's where we'll leave off until next time.
All right.
Oh, there's gonna be some fun times coming up with Toby.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we lost 2, gained 1. We might gain another one here shortly. Spoiler alert.
Oh.
But we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, just for note-taking purposes, would Root have taken the great sword and adamantine plate with him?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, he
did.
would. Yeah, he would have taken that one.
He got that.
Okay,
He got
I
that
wouldn't-
armor fitted to his body.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I didn't have that in the wrong area.
Yeah, he took his amount of gold, which went to Toby, and then his other stuff is lost. So anyway, love you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
All right. Love y'all
right.
too.
Bye.
Bye,
Enjoy.
guys.